What if I told you this white powder will make you run faster, run harder, last longer, and perform better in a race or in a Hyrox? It's not what you think it is, but what is it? This is sodium bicarbonate. It is potentially one of the most underrated supplements for performance goals such as running, functional fitness, or Hyrox, and it is growing in popularity. You're going to be seeing a lot more of this on the internet and on Instagram over the next 6 to 12 months. I would imagine that if not many people are using it now, there will be a lot of people using it moving forwards. We want to get a step ahead of the game and show you how you can utilize this to run a faster 5K, run a faster Hyrox, run a faster 10K. I have been using this now for about 6 months, and very rarely with a supplement do I actually go, I notice a difference, but with this stuff, I 100% notice a difference. Now, the only problem is that if you were to just have bicarb, sodium bicarbonate, you bought it from Tesco, you stuck it in a pot and you started eating it, you would probably get some stomach issues and you would potentially need the toilet and you may have spewed after doing so. Now, we don't do it the raw way. We have a brilliant company called Bicarb that have been providing us with this mix of energy mix along with the bicarb. Mix it up and you will avoid the stomach distress that you do not want. So let's think about the science and let's simplify things. When you're training hard, when you're running a race effort or you're pushing a sled or you're doing 100 wall balls, what tends to happen? Your legs start to burn. Lactic acid builds up in your muscles. How bicarb works is it essentially it's almost like a mop. Imagine a cleaner coming into your muscles and mopping up the lactate, soaking it in and getting rid of that burning feeling. That is pretty much how bicarb works in a real simple form. It doesn't take it away altogether, it delays it and lessens the intensity of that perceived lactate buildup. It doesn't necessarily make your session easier. It doesn't necessarily make you go faster. It changes your perception of what that burn feels like. And it just lets you hang on that little bit longer before you do blow up. So I used this in a half marathon race lately and got to about the 16-kilometer marker, and I'd timed my bicarb to hit around about that 16-kilometer marker because I know this is when you separate the men from the boys and you really start digging in. And I had this like feeling or perception that I can still keep going. I don't feel like I'm working as hard as what I usually would be at this time of the race. And you know, I put that down to a lot of fitness that I've built up, but I also had to give a little bit of credit to the bicarb supplement. Now, it is important to note that bicarb is typically used by shorter distance athletes, so events that last anywhere from like 1 minute, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes because of the nature of how the supplement works. Like if you're doing a 2K row, if you are doing like a really hard 15-minute workout, if you're running the 1500, swimming 200, 400 meters, doing like a small CrossFit workout, then yes, that is where the supplement is more preferred. That's where a lot of the science backs this supplement up. So the problem with regular bicarb that you may buy from the shop, you buy it from Tesco, Asda, you know, use it for, I don't even know you use bicarb for cleaning, use it for cooking in some methods. But the problem is, to get the performance benefit, you'll need about 0.3 grams per kilogram of body weight. Now, if you're 80, 82 kilograms, kind of like I am, that is 24 grams of baking soda. Go and rack up 24 grams of baking soda on your table right now and go and try and have it. You will have a horrible time. Now, imagine you're down at the running track about to do a race and you go and pull out 24 grams of baking soda out of your bag. People are going to think you're an absolute psycho or you're about to bake a cake. Either one, not ideal for when you're down at the track. You know, there's going to be a lot of bloating, discomfort, probably bulking, and that is not something you want. So that is why Bicarb come in here. So Bicarb have a energy mix. This is a mango flavored one, which I'm just about to try. And they have the bicarb mix. Now you mix these two together in a little bowl or in a mug, stir, 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 and consume. And it is just a much more pleasant experience. Side note, consuming bicarb in any form is not a pleasant experience unless you are a psychopath and have done it 100 times. I still don't find it easy, but I see the performance benefit. And I have not tried the mango flavored one yet, so let's just see what that tastes like. This could be a game changer. Also, the great thing about the energy mix is that within this mix, you have carbohydrates, a little bit of electrolyte, and it mixes with the bicarb. So not only are you getting the effect of the bicarb, you're actually getting, a little bit of a carbohydrate boost here, which is going to help you in your race anyway. With bicarb, one of the recommendations recommendations that all the research has is that you want to take the supplement about 2 hours before the event. The difference is when you're trying to time it for, say, something like a half marathon or a 10K race. I wouldn't necessarily want to time this for the very start of the 10K or the half marathon because of the fact, even a Hyrox as well, because of the fact that in these races, the intensity and the challenge on your muscles, it's going to go like this as the race goes on. It's going to get potentially just that little bit harder as you fatigue. So my recommendation would be to try and time this for potentially halfway through the race, potentially to the point in the race which you think is going to be the hardest part, when you're going to really need to dig in. Like I said before, when I did the half marathon and used Bicarb, I timed it so that I was 2 hours out from being about 16K into the race. And for my 10K, I did it so that I timed it so when I was going to be about 7 or 8K into the race, because I know that the last part of the 10K race is going to be the hardest part because I'm going to push really hard for the last couple of kilometers. And then for my Hyrox, I timed it so that I was about 45 minutes into the race, just coming into that last 25% where, you know, you really need to dig in and potentially it gets really hard. I would imagine that the more people that use this, the more research there's going to be and the more understanding that there's then going to be on how to time this. But for just now, Bicarb are the company that I've been using, and they have been amazing for us and sent us out a whole bunch of stuff, and they also have given us a discount code. So if you want to try Bicarb, you want to give a little go of this mix, and you want to try it for your next race or just even try it in a training session, then use the code TEAM95 and you will get a little discount code to buy a pack of this. Give it a go. Don't say I didn't tell you, it was good. Oh shit, mix that in. Oh yeah, it's mango. That is mango. That's definitely mango. So I shall mix up the mango energy mix. Make sure that isn't got no lumps in it. Once that's done, then I will open the Bicarb, stick that in. It's so hard to do this with one hand. Mix that up. You have to see it to believe what it looks like. It doesn't look that attractive, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It doesn't look like something you would be desperate to consume. Needs a little bit more water, this one, I think. Let's give you a POV of me eating it, just for entertainment purposes. So I've never tried the mango flavor. I've only ever tried like the, you know, the stock flavor, which, you know, well, it isn't a flavor, it's Bicarb. I don't know if anyone's ever had baking soda. Like, I don't know if that's something that people have regularly consumed. Probably not, so you kind of don't know what it tastes like in the first place. There we go. Just a spoonful of... Wow, you know what? The mango flavor makes such a difference to how easy that is to eat. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, the normal one I was bulking at, but that's actually really easy. There's my first top tip. Order the mango flavor, not the standard flavor. The only problem is, it's quite a lot, and you need to consume it all. You need to consume it all because it's based on kilograms of your body weight as to the recommended portion. So yeah, I've got quite a lot to consume here, so I'll not put you through that. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, yeah, nice.